வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வடமுலன். Be blessed by the divine, be blessed by the divine. Greetings from Nimhans, Bangalore. Few years ago, I started practicing Kaya Yoga, and it brought a lot of positive changes in my life. I came here with a great curiosity to learn, listen, and understand from all of you the science behind the Kaya Yoga, and it's a very enriching experience to be with you yesterday and today as well. Dr. Jagdishan mentioned a short while ago that 70% of men in the world believe that men first and women next are women last. If we can educate all the men in the world with only just 2 points, that X chromosome is older and mitochondria come only from mother, not from father, I'm sure it will be better world, future world will be better. Now, to make a confession, I'm not a sky professor or even a sky scholar. I'm a clinician. I'm a practicing neurosurgeon. So I thought I can give you some information about brain structure, function, evolution, and then introduce few concepts like neurogenesis, what actually affects brain in a positive and negative way, and then how we can make advantages of all these factors. And I'm sure you will find this information useful, and some of the points may be reinforcement of what you have been hearing today morning as well as yesterday. So according to this study, in human body there are 37 trillion cells are there, and each one of us carry another 30 trillion bacteria and virus in our body. Yesterday we heard that there are 10 trillion bacteria are there on human large intestine. So the cells are born, they grow, they get repaired whenever there's injury, infection, and then they regenerate. The examples are like we lose skin, new skin forms, and we lose the mucosa of the intestines, and blood is formed on a regular basis. Unfortunately, this regeneration is not happening in the brain and the spinal cord. Raymond Cahal came with the neuron doctrine that whatever number of neurons we have at birth is fixed, constant. We only keep losing them as we become older and older. For the neuron doctrine theory, Cahal 100 years ago got a Nobel Prize, and he said it is the future science of the future to change this harsh reality. Now, of course, we made a lot of progress during the last 100 years. So quickly, I'll go through some points. Earth formed 4.5 billion years ago, and it took almost a billion years for the cells without nucleus to emerge once things cool down, and another billion years for the cells with nuclei to emerge, and another billion years for multi-cellular life to emerge on the planet, and then last 1 billion years all subsequent life forms including humans evolved. So every new species which evolved did not start freshly. So it's like you see iPhone 13 modified, became iPhone 14, iPhone 15, and then 16, 17, like that. With each species, whatever is existing neural structure is upgraded and updated. So that's what we are the end beneficiaries of the this evolutionary change. This is an artistic rendition of the brain. See, this is the skull. This is the layer on the covering the brain, and then brain and its blood vessels. This is the real human brain. You see, this is the ear. You see, this is the ear, and this is the eye. So this is the real human brain, about 1.3 to 1.4 kilos weight, formed with fat, protein, and carbohydrate, and then trace elements, and then lot of salty water. When you fold the sari, 6 yard sari, you can just put it in a small envelope cover. So nature has folded the brain so that it can be accommodated in the skull. If you iron it out, you know what will be the size of our head? 1.6 square meters. 1.6 square meters. It will occupy the space that much. Is there because of the folding? And this again is a real brain cut in the middle. Okay, so from school days onwards, we were taught that this is big brain and this is small brain. You see, in fact, we have, all of us have got 86 billion neurons in our brain. Out of the 86 billion, 69 billion neurons are in fact actually they're here in the small brain. And science has had to do research to find out why 69 billion neurons are in the cerebellum, so-called small brain. So all the mistakes done by the cerebrum, the big brain, are corrected by the small brain. The so-called the small brain, the cerebellum, corrects all the mistakes. So that's why nature endowed cerebellum with 69 billion neurons. And the brain works in a hierarchical pattern. For example, all the information from vision, from hearing, from touch comes to the back of the head and then comes to the front, and based on the experiences and based on the sensory input we get, all the decisions are made in the front. So this is an executive center of the brain, and brain works in a hierarchical pattern. This is forebrain, this is midbrain, and this is the hindbrain. So it works in a hierarchical pattern. These are the again all are real brain. You can see the fibers. There are 86 billion neurons, and the connections are in trillions. These are axons. You can see the fibers from connecting from the cortex to the deeper structures. So if you take out the fibers and then put one behind the other, you know the length. Yesterday we heard that DNA can reach sun and come back. So these fibers from one person's brain can encircle earth 2 times. The fibers, that is the length of the fibers. And most of the energy consumption, the glucose from the food we eat and the oxygen which is there in the air, burns and then produces energy. And 80% of the energy in the brain is used to actually charge these axons. So that is the enormous consumption of energy. You see how intricately human brain has been designed. I'll just give you one small example. See, since yesterday we are interacting with each other, talking, listening, and learning so many things. So all that information, the visuals, the hearing, the experiences, the handshakes, everything is stored in the front of the brain here. It is stored here for about 1 to 2 days. This one. And what happens when you go to sleep? All the information comes to here. This is the part which is known as hippocampus. And hippocampus will filter it out. What is important? What is not important? Based on your understanding, based on your attention, what you got from this gathering, this meeting, it will be reverberating in your brain when you're asleep whole night. So whatever is important information, you see one thread-like structure is going here. So it's output from the hippocampus, fornix, and it goes all the way and then goes to this the mammillary body. From here it goes to thalamus, and then the filtered essential information even goes to the cortex for a long-term storage. So some information you will remember even years later. All that this is the very intricate designing of human brain by nature. See, we look different outside, but you see inside. This is the way we are all represented in the human brain. Based on it's like real estate, location matters. So based on what is the purpose. You see the hand, especially right hand and right thumb, has got so much space in the human brain. Now, this is how computer storage nomenclature is used in these bytes. See, the digital storage capacity of human brain is 2.5 petabytes, which is equivalent to 2.5 million gigabyte storage. So this is the external storage device equivalent to what human brain can store. Now I'll take you through one very important concept. Actually, this is the progress we made after Kahal got Nobel Prize and then said no more neurogenesis in adult human brain. So science has proved that new neurons are in fact generated. They're generated at the smell, for the smell purpose, for the memory purpose, for the learning purpose, and these are the areas which are highlighted in color yellow. These are the areas new neurons are generated, and this generation of new neurons is dependent on the learning and new activities which we learn. See, and also another interesting information is that we all carry 30,000 genes. That's all. Human body contains 30,000 genes, and you see we can differentiate 10,000 different types of smells. And this 2% of human genome is meant for the smell sensation. Like that, I believe I was told that 20% of human genome is actually meant to clear the garbage from our body. I have a feeling, an impression that probably Kaya Kalpa Yoga will have some effect on this 20% of the genes which are involved in the garbage clearance, which includes even cells which are dead all over the body to clear them, and also in rejuvenating the new cells. You see, these are the two structures which are involved in. This is the hippocampus. Hippocampus means it looks like physically like a seahorse, and then amygdala. The amygdala is the seat of human emotions, and the hippocampus is the center for encoding memory from short term to long term encoding of the memory. So there are two important things are there. One is cognitive reserve hypothesis. You see children. I'm aware that children in state of Tamil Nadu are taught Sky Yoga. And children who are active in learning music, active in sports, active in studies, active in fine arts, they have abundant neurogenesis. And later, suppose unfortunately there is an accident, there is a head injury, there is a stroke, there is some problem, the recovery is much better because already it's like you have a bank balance. If you lose some money, still there is a lot of money in the bank. So they have a lot of the neurogenesis, the cognitive reserve, as well as neurogenic reserve. So we should if we have to put our time, energy, effort, I think we should focus on children, because they're the future beneficiaries. So the nervous system has gone through evolution in lower animals. For example, you take rats. Rats livelihood is smell, so the rat neurogenesis in the smell part will be rapidly changing. Yesterday I learned that I think maybe today 50 billion cells are replaced daily. I think that Jay Prakash mentioned 50 billion cells are replaced on a daily basis. So rat, the neurogenesis is very high. We don't have that much neurogenesis because we have more stability. Our brains to function at this level needs more stability than a rapid change of these neuronal numbers. So I am talking, you are listening, and we are all interacting. This is not just one day learning or one day act. It took 86 billion neurons and hundreds and trillions of connections, structured over billions of years of evolution and all the years of human development, for us to have this sort of interaction, this sort of meeting. So whatever you do is because of all these processes which have happened over a long period of time. Now I'll just very quickly take you through some predictive factors. Many of these things are known to you. I'm not going to give you new information. Only thing is that I'm just going to tell that they're all published, so you can quote these things when you talk about the benefits of yoga and meditation. So this is a dynamic polygon hypothesis. So the hippocampus, human hippocampus, can increase in size or decrease in size based on multiple factors. For example, you see here the diseases like dementia, Alzheimer's, head injury, obesity, diabetes, sleep apnea, depression, alcohol, all of them will lead to loss of hippocampal neurons. On the other way, you see here meditation, cognitive stimulation, lithium. Yesterday we spoke about lithium, and physical exercise, and certain chemical agents. All these things will help in the growth of the hippocampus. So so there are factors working in either increase or decrease in the hippocampal size and the number of neurons. You see, many of the traits are actually inherited. See, if a pregnant woman takes alcohol and then fatty food and then smokes, the effects will be on the fetal brain also. So when children are born, you see those children, women develop anxiety, and boys develop aggression, and you see they have impaired social behavior. You see, even children who develop sleep problems like lack of sleep. See, as they're not able to get proper sleep, you see what is happening to children when they become adolescents. They develop a lot of these problems. All the this alcohol use, drug abuse, and all sorts of antisocial elements. So some people actually they were predisposed. They're vulnerable even before their birth. They were predisposed to have this sort of behaviors. So again, stressing the importance of maternal health during pregnancy. So loneliness is one of the strongest risk factor. In fact, loneliness kills people more than alcohol, more than smoking, more than drug addiction. So loneliness is a very serious risk factor. Uh, uh, Social media, internet will not protect all the time. Even in a crowd, a person can be lonely. He has to be connected to the people. So digital solutions are not everything. Okay, see, poverty. Poverty is one of the major risk factors to develop all the mental health disorders. You see, poverty is defined as a income to needs ratio of less than one. So I'm sure the temple at Aliyar and all the trusts and similar organizations are doing very noble and innovative work. But even governments can consider that even a modest support, economic support and emotional support to these vulnerable children will go in the long way in reducing the crime in the society. Antisocial elements all will come down if that is taken care. And stress, anxiety, acute stress actually has got some benefits, but in chronic stress, the chemicals which are produced in the body, acute stress is because of adrenaline, and whereas chronic stress, corticosteroids are increased, so they lead to hippocampal neuronal loss, again to depression. And also alcohol, binge drinking is associated with significant neuronal loss. Same person, if he stops drinking alcohol, birth of neurons in the hippocampus has been reported. And again, same thing with the substance abuse also. This cannabinoids and other habit forming drugs, initially short term, they look as if they're enhancing the learning capabilities, but in the long run they lead to loss of neurons, and then depression. Even smoking also, you see people who smoke, their processing speed and ability has come down with this habit. Now a few things which will help the brain wellness and improvement. These are all again known things: exercise, diet, music, meditation, and sleep. See, exercise, if you when there is a rhythmic movement of hands, legs, rhythmic exercise, one particular electrical rhythm is produced in the brain. This rhythm is the technical term is long term potentiation. The long term potentiation is very conducive for learning. Suppose if you have a problem, an issue which we are not able to solve, see, when we go for a long walk, sometimes we find the solution because that rhythm is required. Just like we start this program with a prayer meditation, that rhythm is required, is like a problem solving. Then diet, two things were found to be useful. Of course, you are more knowledgeable than me. One is of course caloric restriction. This is Japanese philosophy, hachihara bu. That means take only 80% of what you need. And also intermittent fasting. Many of you are experts in intermittent fasting. Polyphenols were found to be good for neurogenesis, and for centuries, for thousands of years, India has been using turmeric. So curcumin is the chemical ingredient in the turmeric, which has got anti-inflammatory, antibiotic, neurogenic properties. And of course, music, when newborn is delivered, you see the way newborn is given to the mother. So the child's right ear is close to mother's heart. So mother's heartbeat is the first music the child will hear. And music, even at a cellular level, it was found to be beneficial. Music facilitates birth of new neurons. Music is like taking steroids, like taking painkillers. Actually, the requirement of painkillers, even at NIMANS also, we have ongoing research. This one, people who undergo surgery under anesthesia, they are not listening consciously. They are asleep because of anesthesia. Even when music is played, unconsciously also their requirement for analgesic medication is coming down. These are all published data. And of course, meditation. There are a lot of biochemical and neuroimaging changes have been noted in meditators. We had Dr. Kishore mentioned some of the things in the morning. And sleep is a please consider that sleep is a very active, very important, very dynamic process. So many good things happen actually in sleep. One very important thing is the cell division. See, 50 billion cells have to be replaced in human body. All the division, this will happen during sleep. So many things we see here and all those things. All these things are consolidated into engram. The storage of memory of events, smell, taste, touch, all things we see, all things we hear, it is stored in as engram. All this engram formation, all this happens during sleep. So sleep is one of the most important things to improve the hygiene, brain health, brain wellness. So even I believe in Europe and United States, the authorities are considering whether school timings can be adjusted. Instead of starting very early at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, they can allow children to sleep and then start a bit late, just to so that children can get adequate sleep. So even senior citizens, even elderly people, when they do structured training program, for example, just for 3 months, you see this is elderly population in United States. And when they did the structured training program, there is a growth in their hippocampus. You see, this is pre and this is post this one. Those who are interested can go through. All these papers are there in the public domain. Now I'll finish in just another couple of minutes. A lot of research is going worldwide to study the illness. See, for example, the clear patterns, phenotypic patterns, like what people actually present to you. Somebody who has got health problem, and their imaging, and then their even biochemical and electrophysiological data. Lot of research is happening. And the genes meant for all cortical thickness and different parts of brain, all are being identified. In fact, you see, this is the cortical thickness actually is coming down with different types of psychiatric disorders in different areas of the brain. You see, this is obsessive compulsive disorder. Which part of the brain is affected? You see, this is a manic depressive disorder. This is bipolar disorder. This is schizophrenia. This is alcohol use disorder. This is epilepsy. So they are all happening in different parts of the brain. Even for illness, the gene responsible also is being identified. You see here, we have 37 trillion cells, and cells work in circuits, and they have a function, and then the function leads to behavior. And then see how these things are affecting in a disease. What is actually where the disorder is happening? Suppose if there is a signal problem, there is a chemical problem, all these things are being identified. I wish there is no such intense research about wellness. Illness research world is spending billions and then taking care of people who are ill. But that sort of research is not happening in wellness. I think maybe I wish, I hope, I pray that with meetings like this, with collaboration of Western technology and Eastern beliefs and faith, and so with that collaboration, maybe we can make some progress in the years to come. This is my concluding slide. So, see, all of us have different domains in life. So, when you go home, you just take a piece of paper and pen, and then write how much you are spending for your profession, for your personal growth, like your exercise, your personal things, and for family, how much time you're spending with your not only time, money, effort, energy, for society, for family, and for spiritual things. So just write on a, you draw your own square, and then you see how it comes. So lot of working people, including my life also, is like this. See, I spend lot of time in the hospital, and very little time for family, very little time for spirituality, and eventually all of us, I think, have to reach this level. So spirituality is an integral part of everything we do in life. It is there in our profession, it is there in our family, it's there in our social commitment, and it is there in our physical domain. So with that, I stop here, and thank you very much for your attention.